All right, what's up, everybody? It's do or die time for us here today. So a couple of things to go over. First, we'll go over the new players that we have. First, we'll start from the back. So this is Ronan Ployman, and as you can see, we've been sort of going after everybody we can on the Thai national team. Ployman comes originally from Holland, went over to Muangthong United in Thailand, and then we picked him up on a free transfer, which is an incredible deal, I think, for us. He's going to play here at left back, and we'll see how he does. Here at center back, we have Matias Lazo, who's a Peruvian center back who we picked off of Melgar in Peru for a little amount of money. Looks like it was last season, actually, that he came in. Was on the, I'm assuming, on the under-21s for a little while before coming in here to the first team. We also have this guy, Patrick Gustafsson, who is Thai and plays in Swedish. With a name like that, he's got to be Swedish somewhere, but Football Manager doesn't quite recognize that. It only says that he was born in Sweden. Nationality is Thai. He comes over to us from Chiang Mai for 6 million RMB, and we actually had his transfer in the works since last year, but we were not able to pull him in until the summer. So we're going to go give him a shot and see how he does, see how he plays here today. And the one other thing to note, and we have a couple of other players on the bench that you'll meet by and by. Other thing to note is that we had this guy's name incorrectly. It should be Jong Sanbin, not Jung Sanbin, Jong Sanbin. I learned that Jong Sanbin apparently has recently signed with Minnesota in real life. So here we have sort of art imitating real life in a way, except we have him in Yanbian, which is probably just about as cold as Minnesota is. And let's see what we'll do to try to win today. And so we come here at home in front of a not quite packed house to try to score a victory here, coming down behind 2-1 in this. Against Voždovac, and what we need is a good performance from at least somebody out there. Last match wasn't, I suppose, too bad, except, of course, Jeong Sangbin did a really, really poor job with the chances he was given. And just as I said, you can see it's not a completely full house. We have a number of empty seats in a number of places. Probably, I'm guessing, a crowd of around 20,000, maybe a little bit over that, which isn't too bad. But we really need to get some sort of cup run or some sort of win to try to get these fans excited. And, of course, it's them with the ball. And there's Ployman trying to win the ball off and knocking it out for a throw. And, I mean, that's all right. That's kind of what we want to see here in the early going. You have to remember, too, that for us, this is, I think, the very beginning of August in the season. And that means that some of the newer players are not quite up on the tactics. Chung Bingbin over to Wei, back to Lavia. Over looking for Chung Bingbin, and he's got Jong Sangbin there for his first goal for us and first goal of the season. And that was beautiful. And that took less than 10 minutes to get that one across. And we are tied in the draw just like that. This was really, really nicely done by Chung Bingbin over to way back to Lavia. Chung Bingbin here in this position knows, because of the tactic, that you got to pass, and Jong Sangbin is not going to mess around much when he has the ball in that position. And it is 1-0 for Yanbian FC already, and hey, maybe something good will happen today. I don't know. We have to be able to play defense here first and get the ball off of them. And it's not quite as easy when we're playing against this team as it was in the Chinese second division. As you can see, we're still having a few problems trying to just win the ball off and trying to put up a strong defensive front. We have just under 20,000 here for this match, and it looks like it's a breezy and wet day. Of course, I'm recording this in real life on a breezy and wet day where the wind is so strong that it woke me up this morning. So there you go. And it's Pantovic there with the ball, and we're trying to do our best to win it off of them as quickly as we can. And it's back to Patrick, and Paulson is just about able to win it off, but not quite. And boy, it's always dangerous when they're able to hold on to the ball for these extensive period of times. And it's Jong Sanbin who wins it off over to Lavia, over to Wade. Wade looking forward to Jubin, and over to Jong Sanbin, and he just misses that one. It says at the bottom it looked easier to score, and it really did. Now we have him on a training regime now to improve his shooting, so that we can get rid of that. I mean, he's got the speed, which is how he's getting open, but that was kind of a ridiculous shot. He should have really took that one instead of shooting first time. He should have taken that one and tried to move past the goalkeeper. Jubin now over to Chung Bingbing. Can't quite get onto it. It's over with Lavia now. Lavia looks forward, and he's got Jong Sanbin again, one-on-one with the keeper again, and that one is deflected off a defender. And, what a miss. That was definitely a miss from him, but, I don't know if we can definitely say this was an awful miss. The defender gets in there and gets in the way. I think he chose the wrong side to go to. I think he should have gone to where there was open net. We'll see how he does as we move forward. Mwanta, by the way, is injured, which is why he's not on there today. And that was a header that went out from Jubin, I think it was, that just hit off the woodwork. So we're still looking for that all-important second goal. Being up 1-0 at this point, though, is fairly good for us, but we have to watch out because they have the ability to score, as we saw yesterday, kind of at will. And there's Jubin winning that one off, and it's over to Ployman. Ployman looks really good in this one so far. Back to Jubin, over to Wade. Wade down to Lavia. Lavia over to Gustavsson, over to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung moves it forward, and there is Jong Sangbin with that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. We had defenders jumping and falling all over the place, and Jong Sangbin ends up getting the goal. I thought that Chung Bingbing was going to take that one, and no, it is Jong Sangbin who winds up winning that one away and scoring the goal in the end. There's Chung Bin with it, and Chung Bingbing just sort of stops. I'm not sure what that animation was supposed to represent. My guess is that he probably felt that he was fouled or something in the area. I'm not entirely sure. He may have thought that he was offside, but it's kind of a ridiculous thing to think. And okay, Jong Sanbin says, well, fine, I'll go ahead and score this goal. And Chung Bingbing gets the assist, and probably the easiest assist he's ever had in his life. And it is 2-0 Yanbian FC, and we could use another goal or two, really, if you ask me. And hey, this offense looking pretty good. Ployman with the throw over to Jubin, back to Ployman. And this knocked backwards over to Lazo. Mateus takes it over to Lavia, over to Ployman. Ployman now back to Lazo, and we're kind of working around their little gegenpress over to Wade, over to Ployman again. Trying to look for something forward, and it goes back to Lazo again, over to Wade. Wade looks down and finds Chung Bingbing, who finds Jong Sanbin, looking for the first half hat trick. Doesn't quite happen, and boy, that would have been ridiculous if that had happened, given the kind of misses that he's had in two different opportunities. Chung Bingbing with an excellent pass, and Jong Sanbin just not quite able to put that one past the keeper. He just needs to have a little bit more strength in that shot, and I think he can score it. But so far, we're doing pretty well, and I'm fairly impressed with what's going on. We are ahead on the scoreboard. We deserve to stay that way, and we need to make some substitutions. So Lazo is not having the best of times here early going, and we're going to put Yanquan on for him. I'm kind of wondering if I should put a Brefa on or not for Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung is playing fairly well, so I guess that I will keep him on. And it's Gustavsson who's the other one I'm kind of worried about, and I think that we will... Oh boy. You have two guys who haven't played on this team before, or we could put on Jakob Dikko Eng. Or we could put Mwanta on. Let's put Mwanta on. Let's give him a chance. He's still technically injured, but I think that he's good enough to play for a short amount of time. Let's just see if we end up making this injury any worse or not. It's back with Yanquan. Yanquan goes back to Lee Changyi. That always makes me worried when we do that. Over to Yanquan. Now he's looking for Mwanta, who can't quite get over forward onto that pass. And it's back out with them. And Jubin now has the shot. A free kick that just barely bounces off the woodwork again. He's missed two here bouncing off of the woodwork. And it's with Yanquan back to Ployman. And Lavi is able to go back and get onto that one, and the ball remains in our possession, but the highlight ends. And so the tension is ratcheted up a notch. It's with Plausen over to Chung Bingbing here in the end, and Chung Bingbing needs to take the shot first time. It's another pretty bad job by our strikers. I wish I had Ravagli on here, but it's the registration requirements that are getting us. Wade here with the corner, and he knocks it back to Paulson, who knocks it backwards to him, and that's offside. And that's a totally ridiculous corner. I'm not quite sure what Paulson was doing there. He's knocking the ball the wrong way. Chung Bingbing with a good run forward to get onto that one, but he just doesn't take the shot, and I'm a little bit worried about that guy. Wantam now back to Wade. Wade back to Lavia. Lavia has it taken off of him and then wins it back over to Paulson. Paulson back to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung with a little bit more space this time, moves it forward, penetrates over to Mwanta. Wanta looking for the cross over to Park Myung-sung to Lavia, over to Jung Sang-bin, who gets his hat trick. Now it is 3-0 Yanbian FC. That one was clearly onside, and I'm thinking that the 180 million RMB we paid for this guy probably is going to be worth it in the end. They call him the Korean Mbappe, and so, I mean, we'll see if that holds out in the end. He didn't look much like Mbappe here, but he scored the hat trick. He scored the goal. That's what we needed. We needed somebody to score something here in our moment of concern and doubt, and it might be a moment of triumph for us coming forward. Yenkwon over deployment to Wade, to Jubin. He finds Jung Sang-bin again, and I mean, how does he not score that one? He has wide open net, and he instead passes it off of the foot of the defender to the side of him. That was pretty impressive. It'd be kind of hard to do and imitate in real life. Wade with the corner, that's knocked backwards, and it's over back and with Jubin. I probably need to change our corner takers at some point in time. Jubin kicks it all the way back to Lee Changyi, but that's kind of an odd decision by Jubin. Just didn't like what he saw, and we'll take another quick look here at this highlight and see what happens. Jung Sang-bin is once again in front of everybody, and I just don't quite know what he's doing. Actually, considering the highlights I've watched of this guy, especially when he was still in South Korea, I think that's pretty realistic, because I think I've seen him try to do that several times, just try to use his speed and kind of run in circles around everybody. Not such a bad idea, but you got to shoot, son. You got to shoot the ball at some point in time. And it's Wanta over to Chung Bingbin. Chung Bingbin has a shot on goal from a really weird angle, doesn't quite go in, and Wade ends up running that one down and going back and grabbing it. And we only have 15 more minutes to go. If we can just hold on to this one. Lavia with the free kick, and that hits off the wall. Lavia goes back and grabs it again. He kicks it backwards to Park Myung-sung. And that is the end of that highlight. And as long as we don't have a highlight for them, I'm going to feel okay. 3.21 XG for us, and we have dominated possession once again. And we look a lot better in this match than we did yesterday. And all we have to do is hold on. And once we can hold on, we'll get our revenge. That game yesterday was played on top of a shopping mall, if you can imagine that. Unfortunately, Football Manager can't really represent that. I'm not surprised. I haven't heard of a lot of stadiums on the top of shopping malls. Wade forward to Jubin. Jubin has it there in that corner. Jubin looks forward over to Wade. Wade now, and penetrating, and has a shot on it, and that was kind of an ill-advised shot. We kind of need to work with him on that, but we have won the match. Ployman with the throw over to Jubin, back to Ployman. Ployman goes over to Wade. Wade penetrates to the side laterally, moving to Lavia, over to Wanta, and Wanta unfortunately loses it, and that's the final whistle, and we have won this match. We have won it, and we are still part of the Conference League, and hey, who knows, maybe the European fairy tale is going to become a nice story here in the end. What do you think? All right, so far so good. Good performance by Jung Sang-bin despite missing some sitters. Chung Bingbin should have had a goal or two out after that one. I'm a little bit surprised for the poor performance. Great job by Jubin as well. Lee Changyi learned how to save today. Overall, very good job from the players. The only poor performance was really Lotso, and that was his first match. So there you have it. Hope you're having a good day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.